Alright, Lesson 3, Military Construction Projects. Introduction. The Petroleum Officer, you could do some of the position which will have the oversee of the military construction property going upgrade with the replace with the existing petroleum facility, initiate with the construction with the new facility, as you need with the military construction with the Defense Energy Supply Center, which is responsible for the construction of military bulk fuel storages. Milcon mission, military construction, project they undertake with the military installation, include with the construction for the product, and complete with the usable facility, approved with the cost equal to the giveaway of the amount specified by the law, currently with more than $300,000. Several categories with the military construction projects, such as current mission, the military construction each project revitalize the existing facility plan with the replacing and upgrading the existing facilities, alleviating long-standing deficiencies not generated by the new mission. Incidental military construction support the new mission upgrade of the fuel facility with the upper part of the larger with the conversion and service initiative to be found with the dome with the service part of the larger initiative for the example the initiative extensive fuel facility the construction required with the conjunction of the new bay with the part of the which for the associated fuel facility construction will be programmed the execute with the service by as part of the overall military construction on the new base. Unspecified urgent minor military construction. Unspecified minor construction authority is used to be the project that requires the accomplishment assumed that when possible if delayed with the conclusion of the next regular military construction program. The project is filled shall range the greater of $300,000 but less than $1,500,000. Even the environmental military construction project with one more environmental improvement project combined with the safety environmental compliance object for the minor construction the combined part of the military construction for the project smaller dollar amounts. Minor construction project similar single undertaking with the military installation includes all construction necessary for the produce the complete and usable facility complete and usable improvement of the existing facility within the total cost of the list specified military construction threshold authorized by law and currently equally less than $300,000. Role of the Defense Energy Supply Center and the military construction project. In October each of the year of the Defense Energy Supply Center for military construction submission of the 5-year official year period beginning with the 5 years of the official year with the data thing call for the or occur with the now knowing the 5-year defense plan. For example, the October 1988 the Defense Energy Supply Center the data call for the military construction submission of the 5-year official year 98 to 02, which include the program in the official year 98. Following February, the Unified Command, the Joint Petroleum Officers SCP, for example, the Army Petroleum Center, determine the appropriate component review. Approval chain will review the validated project to develop a consolidated project priority list. And following March, the Unified Command, Joint Petroleum Officers SCP will forward the POL military construction project, the consolidated project prior to the Defense Energy Supply Center. From March to May, the Defense Energy Supply Center reviewed the validated candidate military construction project submitted to the SCP for the Joint Unified Command with Joint Petroleum Office in conjunction with the Defense Energy Supply Center owns candidate project. In May, the Defense Energy Supply Command formulates a proposed slate with the POL military construction project conserved with the Defense Energy Supply Center IPR B, notifying the SCP of the Unified Command Joint Petroleum Office concerned with the status of the proposed state. The July Defense Energy Supply Center, the IPRB, will be reviewed and prior to the submission of the DLA. The board will include representative of the Joint Chair, Staff, and Unified Command of the Joint Petroleum Office Service Energy Office, the Defense Energy Supply Center representatives that vote and formate consolidated slate with the proposed projects. From August following the April Defense Logistics Agency review the endorse for the reject for the Defense Energy Supply Center of the project submission for the DLA presentation prior to the DOD for their submission for the Congress for the review, approval, the rejection, finding if the applicable. Congress is the ultimate approval authority of the military construction property under in the 5-year defense plan can grant the revenue with the form of the tax approved with the Department of Defense over the 5-year time of the payment of the votes for the approval of the level of the funding of the Department of Defense project. The 5-year defensive plan and not only the military construction, everything else for the associated with the Department of Defense, including weapons system, procuring soldier, and sailor pay, base housing, operation, and so on. Project documentation. Each project will thoroughly research the documentation because complete with the other project for the Defense Energy Supply Center IPRB with the DLA IPRFP various Office of Security Defense congressional level of reviews. Guidance of the project documentation contained with the DLA Form 4270 with the documentation include the DOD Form 1390 Military Construction Program for an installation DOD 1391 Military Construction Project data. Facility studies, economic analysis must either be justly profiled solely based with electronic demonstrate the low cost of the alternative in order to fully operate with a requirement of Defense Energy Supply recommended for the Econ software applicable to no cost of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineering Hunts District to obtain the 205-895-3363 or right. Commander U.S. EAD Huntsville P.O. Box 1600 House Huntsville, Alabama 358074301. or the scope and detailed cost estimate must be verified by corporate engineering, Navy Fact Engineering Division, Navy Fact Public Work, was learned by the Air Force Base Engineering Function, Air Force Form 1178 for the activities of public work departments. Prioritization. To assist the relative importance probably given the funding of the program, all correspondence must include the priority lift of the project of the Defense for Energy Supply Center will consider each of the project content submitted and justification developed and consolidated prior to lift contained with all projects proposed the given official of the Defense Energy Supply Center will provide the major command with the unified command. Unified Command, the Joint Petroleum Office with the Military Construction Project Priority Lifting Defense for Energy Supply Center, IPRB, and against the DLA IPRFP estimated funding cutoff indicated. The following criteria that should be developed in justification statement. The criteria not necessarily listed in prior order. Mission on something actually activity can or will not be specifically able to perform the fueling of the mission. The requirement to comply with the environmental safety, failure, fire protection, or the regulation of the law. The specific regulation of the law being violated, they specify with the synopsized as part of the justification protection of the product with the loss of the contamination justification to address how the product will protect the DLA product with contamination law. For the economic payback, the project will result in the economic payback specified period of time. Direct DLA and Defense for Energy Supply Center, other higher authority efficiency operation may be improved. 5. Projected eligibility, Defensive Logistics Agency, and the Defensive Energy Supply Center funding. To project the eligibility, Defensive Logistics Agency, Defensive Energy Supply Center, the sponsor of the military construction, the military directly with the Defensive Logistics Agency, the bulk petroleum management mission. On only fixed permanent facility eligible to the Defensive Logistics Agency, Defensive Energy Support Supply Center, military construction project funding. Alright, 6. Importance of environmental conservation. Environmental conservation, POL, is defined with the following criteria: to design construction pollution abatements project with the DLA, DEC, the Department of Logistics Agency, Defense and Energy Supply Center with the fund of the project upgrade with the POL, facility control emission discharge of the most environmental regulatory standards are included in project with the name of the POL facility to achieve the regulatory compliance with the continued operation POL, waste with the assignment of the claim of the DLA, DESC, will fund the identification and assessment of the remediation cost of the fuel spill leaks, and which will cover after October 1st, 1992, all paths of the POL contamination site of the resulting activity conducted prior to the date of the remaining the service funding and responsibility. Recurring environmental costs of the team of the POL faculty complying with include the operating permit, the operation document, sampling, tipping, emission with the discharge, removal of the disposal of the heads of the POL, waste fine, permit, penalty, legal, levity, regulatory agency for the environmental complying with the bulk petroleum facility that previously been identified by the Service of Defense for Energy Supply Center for those conditions and beyond with the control of the services unless they're such fine of the penalties result in a lack of timely action by the services. Lesson 13. Alright, lesson 14, waterfront and terminal operations.